Oh, hey, everybody, how's it going? Yeah, welcome to the weekly beer show. Fly, 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 you're so fly. Is that what that means? You're so fly? What's up, Nate?
What's going on, Travel Man Dan?
Nothing much. I just hopped on. I forgot this was the beer show. We don't even have any beers today. Ladies and gentlemen, people around the world, welcome to the show. This is the weekly beer show. But today is going to be a special edition because we're dry as hell. Nate, how you doing?
I'm okay.
I knew this was going to happen. I just ate a bunch of peanuts, and the little skins are just like at it in my throat. But all right. Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. This is the weekly beer show. If this is your first time here, thanks for stopping by. Let me tell you a little bit about what's going on and why this is a special edition. Well, what do we do here? We review beers. How many beers, Nate?
2.
That's right, 2. We review 2 beers. But this is a special edition because we're doing Sober October. So each and every week, instead of drinking real alcoholic beers, we're doing NA beers. Yeah. Fly, NA, fly, NA, Nate. All right. I like your little twist on there. That's NA8, Nate. And hello, Damien and Byro. Welcome to the show. So we're going to still have a great show. We still got episodes, or we still got great segments like What Would You Rather? We're still going to do a little good news. We're going to go on a brewery tour. We're going to do what are you reading? What are you watching? What are you listening to? But, wrapped around all this stuff, we're going ahead and we are going to go with the non-alcoholic beers. So
that's right.
Still stay tuned. We're going to have a lot of fun. If you've never tried non-alcoholic beers, we're going to lay it down to you this month on the show. Nate, why don't you tell everybody if they're returning what we're doing, or say hello, or do what we do?
Say hello or do what we do. We review 2 beers. We get to the scorecard. We have 5 different categories with a total potential score of 25 points. Today, I don't know, Danny, are we going to get a perfect score? I don't think so with a non-alcoholic, but we are going to one of the OGs, so maybe.
No way in hell, dude. No way am I giving a non-alcoholic beer. I can tell you right now, they're not going to get 25. That would be like, I don't know what that would be like. It would, that's not even an asterisk. But guys, thanks for stopping by. Nate, how the hell are you? How was the game for you today? You are an Eagles fan, that's correct, right? Or you're a Bird, you're Seahawks or Cardinals?
You can see right there, Philadelphia Eagles, 5-0, the only undefeated team in the league. Traveled to Arizona. Tough battle. Inferior team. Snuck out the win. Good for them.
Snuck out the win on the road. What's up, Dave? Welcome to the show. Beer in front. The beer in front of us is not even beer today. Oh, man, Nate. All right, this is going to be a silly show. It's going to be a silly month. But, hey, the Bills played, and they did an absolute trouncing on Pittsburgh.
Big time.
Hey. Hope you guys like that. I'd like to get right into this, Nate. I don't know how you feel about this. We've talked about this offline, but do you like fantasy football?
Of course. I played for almost 20 years.
Yeah, I played too, and there was a way out of it for me for a long time. For like 12 years, I found a way out, and I was happy. And then I started at this job that I'm at, and I can't stand it. I don't like playing. I don't want to root for anybody unless they're wearing a Bills jersey. Are you writing Kistler? No. No, I'm not. I don't know what that means. Are you writing Kessler? I have no idea what that means, Chris, but welcome to the show. I can't stand fantasy football, Nate. It bugs me how you're stuck rooting for other teams. I mean, I like other players and I like the league and stuff like that, but sometimes, I don't know, I just feel like, I don't know, are you sending Murray a check for that slide? Oh.
Yeah, that was weak. What the hell was he doing? Well, that cost him the game right there.
I don't know. Is it another Kyler Murray error?
Yeah, it was 30 seconds, no timeouts. They were down 3. They were in the Eagles within the 35 or something like that. It was 3rd and 10. He rushed, and he got 9 yards and slid. So it's 4th down. Or no, sorry. It went to 3rd down, and he thought they got the first down, so he just got up and he spiked it, which took it to fourth down, so they had to kick the field goal with time running out, or else they could have had 3 or 4 more plays in the end zone.
Oh, man.
And then they missed the kick, which that's how
yeah, definitely. Bedtime for you, Tenacious Freak. Will you sleep well? Would you like Nate to sing you a lullaby? Yeah, Nate, I got to say, the thing I don't like the most about fantasy football is, and I love these people, I just don't like playing fantasy football with them. I got to play Shanna this week. And, no, I shouldn't say that. But the thing I hate the most is when you bench somebody and then they do awesome. It's my birthday month. I wonder if you guys will take a shot when the day comes, even if you're staying sober this month. Ooh.
No, I won't, but I will give you a rain check. And the first day that we're back, when I'm not, I will do a shot for you.
Same here, Damien. I'm holding true to the days that I said I was going to be. I got to hold myself accountable. I'm sure your birthday is going to be glorious. Matter of fact, I'll even trump that. What I'll do is when we come back drinking, I'll drink 2 shots for you that week. Yeah, that's what I'll do. And a funnel. We haven't done the funnel in ages. All right. Barrow, welcome to the show. Guys, these friggin' peanuts are driving my throat nuts. The skins, Nate. You know what I'm talking about, right?
I thought you were going to go George Costanza or Seinfeld thing where these peanuts are making me thirsty. Do you remember that?
I do, but I don't remember what it's from. It's like to get out of.
It was Kramer had a line in a movie, and the line was
the pretzels.
The pretzels are making me these pretzels are making me thirsty. So the whole episode, they were all giving what their version of that would be if they were acting.
Very good. Okay, all right. These scalloped potatoes are making me thirsty.
Exactly. There you go.
What do you got? What do you got?
These scalloped potatoes are making me thirsty.
These scalloped potatoes are making me thirsty.
These scalloped potatoes are making me thirsty.
These scalloped potatoes are making me thirsty. We're not even drinking.
No, that was good.
All right, what do you say, man? How are you enjoying the month, the week of sobriety? Sorry, guys, it's not COVID. It's red peanut skins. How are you enjoying the sobriety this week?
Fine. Let's see what it's like in late October. Right now it's only a week. Anybody should be able to get through a week without drinking. But in the next 2 or 3 weeks, I'm sure I'll be tested. I have some things coming up that I'm sure my company would be wishing that I was drinking, but I'm gonna have to try and slide under the radar a bit when it comes to work functions.
Yeah, that's the thing. We haven't really had a work function this week. I'm sure we'll have one coming up, a Dodger game or something like that. But we'll see what happens. I'm holding strong.
Watching baseball, Danny. Sober.
What's it?
It's hard watching baseball without like a beer. The Phillies haven't been in the playoffs for 11 years, and
I know it's a sucky time because this is my favorite time of sports. I want some scalloped potatoes right now. And be careful, they'll make you thirsty, Damien. This is like the best time. It's been 1 year since I had my knee surgery, and when I came home, it was such a great time because football was going on, baseball was in the playoffs, and hockey was starting, and basketball starts. So all 4 major sports in North America are pretty much moving. So it's a great time. But we'll be back to drink. And we still got some great beers to go ahead and try out. Like this one today, we're going to start off right away, Nate. Let's go ahead and introduce everybody to the first non-alcoholic beer on the show. Well, actually, I take that back. I've done a non-alcoholic beer. I forget. Nate wasn't part of the show at that time, but I did one before. I forget which one it is. So this will be the second one. But for today's show, this is the first one. And we thought it would be fun to go ahead and bring the classic, the one that everybody probably remembers from the mid 80s or definitely the 90s, the one I think that kind of cracked the code or came out first, Nate, right? That's the right way to say it. Ladies and gentlemen, fly, fly, fly. And welcome today to the first one is O'Doul's. All right, take a look at the O'Doul's.
Is yours the same as mine? Yeah, it's the same bottle. Because I was online doing some research. I thought there was a bunch of different variations.
I saw the O'Doul's. I wanted to try the O'Doul's can.
Me too. I couldn't find it.
We had it, but it was a 12-pack. And then I said, what the hell. All right, so this is a golden non-alcoholic brew. It's premium, all right? Did you see Draymond Green? I did. And me and Nate discussed this yesterday. Thumbs down.
As
I don't know.
Dave Zalatoris from Beer in Front would say, he's a jagoff.
He's a jagoff, okay? But, I don't know. He felt the need to punch his teammate, I guess. Who cares?
One time Danny threw a wall off of my face.
I did. So I know tempers can flare. I understand where Draymond's coming from, and I wasn't there. So that's what I mean by who cares. It's just, who cares? We weren't there. Yep. Why are millions of people analyzing a situation when they weren't there? I don't know. That's the thing.
That's what we do.
Yeah, it's what we do. But what we do is we are drinking a beer. It looks like a beer. It looks exactly like a bottle of beer, which is cool. That I definitely like. And, there it is, the premium O'Doul's. All right, so there's no need.
Drink out of a bottle, Danny.
What's that?
I think it's been a while since we drank out of a bottle.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, we got to start bringing those back. There isn't any alcohol, so we don't need to talk about the percentage of alcohol. Calories? How many calories are on this thing?
That's a great question. I do know the answer for the other one. I don't know the answer on this one.
I think this one is 65. I just remember seeing it. I'm not just throwing it out there.
68, Danny. 68 calories.
68 calories. Not bad. Not bad at all. All right. Looks like we all got wins today, boys. Hey. I think Rick Fontana is a New York Giants fan. Is that correct?
4-1.
Yeah, they look good. All right, so let's go ahead and crack this sucker open. Let's give it a sniff. Yeah, it is a twist off. All right, I was wondering if this was a twist off or not.
Dude, with a Budweiser non-alcoholic, you got to use the Budweiser bottle opener, huh?
I don't know. I just grabbed it. It was a twist off, I guess. I'm going to use this. I'll show you. I'm going to guess this beer is similar to a lemonade. I don't smell anything off it.
I'm guessing it's going to look like if you took a bubbly or some sort of a seltzered water and then peed in it for about 2 seconds.
Yeah. Malia, so glad to meet ya. All right, that's my little sister's friend that she grew up with me being the crazy older brother. And I somehow took a heart song and I always put her name in front of it. Malia, I think it's Hart that sang that, or Joan Jett or something. I don't know. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. All right, well, we're not getting hammered here. We're drinking O'Doul's. Nate, let's go ahead and pour it in the glass. Do you smell anything?
Yes, I do.
What you got?
It smells like old bad breath.
Oh, old bad breath.
Yep, like a 74-year-old person's bad breath.
Oh, so it's old because you could have a young person with old bad breath, like he just hasn't.
Like a week old.
Yeah, they haven't brushed their teeth in a week. Or you could have like an old person bad breath.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, because bad breath comes from the cavity, the inner cavity. And when that thing has been like swallowed around in there for like 85 years, it just comes out.
That's what this smells like right here. This.
All right, let's go ahead and try it. Here we go. I'm going hard pour. Oh, that thing is.
Oh, shit.
I don't like the hard pour because I'm going to spill it on my keyboard.
Yeah, you got to be careful with it, especially something like this. It's like a macro. It's going to be super carbonated.
Yeah.
A lager.
But we had Brian, the beer snob, and he loves the pour. Oh man, that thing is super light. Like seriously, throw up a comment, Nate. I'll see if I can read through it. All right, what do we got? There's Dave Z.
No, that's not what we're here for. I don't think.
You guys aren't selling this beer. No, this isn't, Dave. We just wanted to go ahead and give it a shot. And we're going to be doing non-alcoholic beers all this month. So if that's your thing, or if you've ever wondered, look, there's a real serious part to this. Like alcoholism is not a joke, and we never want to sell that. We never want to sell, get crushed on beer and be a jagoff. Like, so we felt like this was a good time for us to take a break. I have a lot of things going on with me personally, in terms of like creatively over here. Nate's got a lot of things going on his end. We just felt like it was a good time to just take a break, see what it was like. And also on the flip side of that, we got so many beers to review. I don't know if you've been to the non-alcoholic section in your beer distributor, wherever city you're living, but in mine, Nate, there's like 15, 16 different kinds.
It depends on where you're at. There's some, in a lot of places, there's more than that, because now breweries have multiple options. It's not just a lager variation of a non-alcoholic. There's an IPA, there might be a hazy. So there's a lot of different ones. I even saw a non-alcoholic stout, a non-alcoholic cream ale. So they're starting to it's becoming a thing. I saw a recent statistic where the expected revenue for non-alcoholic beer over the next 5 years is going to triple or quadruple. So we're on the foothills of something happening here. So it's quite interesting.
Yeah, and talk to the people that work at the place. The guy told me it's flying off. But anyway, there's only one way to find out. We've looked at it. It looks like beer. It smells like beer and bad breath. Let's go ahead and taste this thing and let everyone know what it tastes like. Nate, cheers to the old duels. 1989. Here we go. Oh, man. Ooh. All right. All right. Okay. All right. These scalloped potatoes are making me thirsty. All right. That was a strange flavor. There's no alcohol, and I don't like it.
It's really strange.
Yeah, there is no alcohol, and I don't like it. I want alcohol. There's no bite to this thing. It tastes like flat pop. It tastes like it's like you go in college. Lagunitas makes a hop water. It's very good. I think Sierra. Oh, we're gonna try them all. It tastes like, that one friend or those friends in college that had a pool table, and then you had a party, and you left some beer on the pool table, and it hung out all night. Some people call it like fallen somethings. I don't forget what they call them, and then you go ahead, you something like that. You're brave enough to go ahead and try it. And it's the flattest, weirdest beer ever. That's what this O'Doul's tastes like. Nate, you're frozen, my man. Where'd you go? Connecticut has some crazy good ones. Okay, that's good. No, going to the end. Hey, Nate, you're back.
All right, guys.
No problem. It used to happen to me all the time. So, Nate, what's your take on the O'Doul's?
I mean, there's really not much to talk about it. Really, it tastes like what a beer potentially could be. It kind of tastes like soda water that is lightly flavored with a beer essence or something. Very, very light. I think it's drinkable. I don't think it's something that you would just necessarily dump out if you're really looking for something that's a non-alcoholic option that gives you the idea of beer. It's passable.
Yeah. When I think non-alcoholic beer is good, correct me if I'm wrong, because this is like, I don't know, Europeans are really good at this. Americans just aren't. And I know for a fact, because I know you very well, and I know myself, we're not good at this at all. But if you go to like a lunch or a dinner for work, especially lunch, and you got to go back to the office or whatever, and you just want to have a beer with your meal, maybe you have something salty like a Bavarian pretzel. I think this non-alcoholic is a good call there, because you don't go back with that half drunk, and by 4:30 after work, you're bushed. I like I like the fact that you can drink it and there's no alcohol and the repercussions of alcohol. Like you can still drive, you still go out and walk around, but it tastes like beer, right?
Yeah, I mean, and there's other options available. If you go to a place like maybe your local grocer, Danny, I'm not sure, but they have different varieties of soda water that are flavored with hops. And I think you're
Really?
kind of there's one that's quite popular right now. It's called Hop Lark, and they will put Citra hops in there, Simcoe, different hops, and it gives you that bitter essence of a hop without really anything else. It's just that, and there's a little segment out there that's kind of growing, and I've seen them for maybe 6 to 9 months, and I'm seeing other ones that are kind of coming on the market. So it's pretty interesting. I believe what Dave Z's talking about is kind of what that Hop Lark option is.
Yeah, because it's weird. I mean, like you think about it, like people drink cucumber water, they drink mint water, they drink other plants based water that are flavored and stuff like that. I guess even lemon, lime, it comes from a tree, I guess. But and I really like the bitterness of hops, right? I mean, the fun part of it is an IPA will flatten you, and I can't wait to get back. That's another nice thing about taking a sober month in your life is when you come back. That first thing, I don't know when that's going to be, Nate. Probably sometime in November or before the show. I'm going to a good-ass bar, and I'm ordering from the tap. And I'm getting, that peachy good feeling of like when you first start drinking a good beer after 2 or 3 of them, and you're like, I got to go to the bathroom. And then your legs are just like, love that, man. We drink every week on the show and whatever, so we have a pretty high tolerance. I'm looking forward to getting back to that.
Me too. Yeah, it takes I'd like it to be more of the more you drink, the less fun it is, I think.
Yeah.
Over time.
Oh,
it's depressing after all, right?
Yeah. It's got a very clean taste. Like Nate said, it literally tastes like water. There ain't much going on, but it does have a hint of beer. I tell my dad today about it. He goes, that stuff will give you a headache.
Hey, Danny, by the way, we didn't talk about it because we were a little bit late getting onto the show, but I do have a breakdown about what is non-alcoholic beer if we want to go through it.
Oh, sure. Let me just give your mom a little jazzy hands. Yeah. And Nate, go ahead and break it down. What exactly is non-alcoholic beer?
Right. So as it's becoming increasingly popular, I just wanted to kind of dive into a little bit, what exactly is a non-alcoholic beer? Who are some of the people that make non-alcoholic beers? Exactly how do they get the alcohol out of the beer? So how is non-alcoholic beer made? Non-alcoholic beer is a relatively new product in the market, and its popularity is rising rapidly.
Sorry, man.
Brewers everywhere are making amazing craft non-alcoholic beers that taste just like the real thing. I don't know that this really falls into that category. The main difference between non-alcoholic and alcoholic beers is the alcohol content, obviously. This one right here has 0.5%. The next one that we're drinking is 0.0. Non-alcoholic beers have 0 to very little alcohol content. Alcoholic beers have an alcohol content that typically ranges from 2 to 12%. In many cases, the non-alcoholic beer is indistinguishable from its alcoholic counterpart. In this blog, and it just talks a little bit about, they kind of break it down into different segments, right? So what are the ingredients of a non-alcoholic beer? It's the same as regular beer: water, grain, hops, and yeast. How is non-alcoholic beer made? Non-alcoholic beers are typically brewed using one of 4 methods: controlled fermentation, dealcoholization, dilution, or simulated fermentation. Now, the one that really is the most important probably is dealcoholization, right? The most common way to do this is by adding water or steam to the liquid and boiling it under pressure. This releases the alcohol as vapor into a condenser where it's collected and sent away. The remaining liquid is then sold as non-alcoholic beer. So they take regular beer and then they just extract it out through a steaming process or through heating process, and that is what distills it down to non-alcoholic.
How do they get this? How does, like, when you take the water, right, and you have the thing, like boiling it and letting the steam take the alcohol, how does the steam know, hey, let's grab the alcohol and take it out of here? How does that happen?
That's a great question. I'm not sure, but I would imagine it has to do with the chemistry of it. I'm not a chemist or a brewer, But I would imagine through that process, everything just condenses out, gets trapped somewhere, and then that becomes the non-alcoholic beer. So,
right.
Wanted to talk a little bit about some of the options non-alcoholic beer. You'll see 2 today. One of those is on there. You can see the Old Duels, the original, the green label, and then they also have the amber label. I remember when that came out, Danny, it was probably 2 or 3 years after the original Old Duels. I remember them making a big deal out of it. You can see Coors Edge right there. I think that looks like a sharp bottle. That Klostaller, I saw that at Whole Foods. That is a German option. St. Pauli Girl's been around for a while. Beck's has been around for a while. Bitburger's been around for a while. So there's a few options if you want to go check them out.
I think Bitburger is the one that remember I was talking to you and I was like, there's another one out there. No, it was St. Pauli Girl. That's the one.
Yeah, it's been around. That's been around for 10, 15 years, maybe longer. It's been around for a long time.
Yeah, and like that's just like those right there are pretty major macro breweries. They're that are there's a few Germans in there. Actually, a lot of them are German, but now the craft scene. So you got these ones that are down in San Diego and all these other ones. Go and check out. I don't like you never have to touch the stuff if you ever want to, but go and just at least check out the aisle. You'll be amazed at how many different craft brews. These not macros like Nate's got the photo right there, but like craft breweries that are brewing for non-alcoholic people because like it's like the hip cool thing to do. And I got no problem with it. Look, I like a good buzz off a beer, but some people don't. But I like that you can drink and eat and then still function with it.
Yeah, and again, these are more of the macro ones, just to kind of get people that, we're obviously talking to people from across the globe. If they can get their hands on something, these are probably the ones that they would find. But over the course of the next month, we'll be taking a look at some of the more obscure ones, some of the more craft style non-alcoholics. Those are the ones I'm looking forward to. There you go.
Yeah, that's great. Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate that, Nate. Well, imagine the thing is with this is like, thanks for showing us and telling us. And Nate knows everything. Ooh. Nate, imagine driving and you see a cop and you're like, so you could literally drive and drink beer if that's your thing, like it's a Red Bull or something, right?
Yep.
Interesting. I mean, it's not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. I definitely would say that if you're interested and you're curious about it, I would suggest trying it. It's definitely worth a shot of trying. What do you say, Nate?
I'm going to disagree.
You're going to have to what?
I'm going to disagree.
Then what?
I don't think anybody needs to try this.
Come on. What do you mean?
If you're going to, because there's no reason to try like the worst option of something unless you're doing it for fun or as a joke. This is one of the worst things I've ever drank. I don't think nobody needs to drink it.
It's no, dude. This is not one of the worst options.
Well, for me it is.
Yeah.
For Danny, it's not. For me, it is one of the worst drinks that I've had. Don't drink it.
It's just a little different. No, that Bud, whatever we were drinking, this thing.
That's up there too.
This thing's pretty high.
Yep.
This thing you might want to
top
pass.
5 all-time bad. Yep.
Yeah.
Agreed.
This one ranks right up there with 26 Celsius. That one. Go back and watch that episode. That was the worst tasting beer I've ever had. All right, getting into it, guys. This is what we're drinking is the non-alcoholic first edition O'Doul. So if you fancy that, I noticed we don't have as many viewers. Maybe that's because it is the non-alcoholic viewer version. There goes the O'Doul. I'll still endorse it.
There you go. O'Doul's. Hit up Travel Man Dan.
O'Doul's, hit me up. I kind of like it. And when I first tasted it, wasn't really keen on it. Now I kind of like it. I see what it's got its place. Going up against any other beer with alcohol, though I'm taking any other beer. Maybe not 26C, but this one's pretty damn good. But going on to good news, guys. The good news is simply that we're staying sober this month. That's good news. That's definitely a good thing. Nate, we already talked about how you're feeling. Is there anything that you're not looking forward to because of drinking alcohol?
Nope. I'm committed for the month.
What are you going to drink? Let's talk about this. What's the first thing you're going to drink when you come back? We'll do, Rick.
Whatever beer it is that we're probably drinking on the show, to be honest. So whatever that first week in November is, that'll probably be the first one.
Okay, yeah,
I think
awesome.
I think that first weekend is.
I think it's November 6th.
6th, okay.
November 6th. So yeah, that'll be fun. That'll be a good time. Looking forward to that. Next week we definitely. I might be a little late to the show. Just letting you guys know the Bills play the Chiefs. We get revenge. Next week is a revenge. 13 seconds left, and we let them score. We would have been in the Super Bowl. Probably would have won that thing. Yeah, we're going to get revenge next week, but we have the later game, and then I have to drive home. You got something wrong with your neck there, buddy?
Yep.
What is it?
A kink.
Get Cindy to crack it.
No.
Does Cindy give good massages, Nate?
No.
No, what?
Not on my neck.
Too weak-handed?
Yep.
But the funny thing about older Asian people in general, when you're in Asia, they do this weird thing where they go like this, and they they like whack themselves. You know what I'm talking about, Nate? It's almost like they're knocking on the door, and it's like a massage. You'll see them go like this. You're like, what the hell are you doing? It's pretty funny, man. Anyway, moving on. That's the good news, guys. The good news, like I said, is being sober. Nate, you said this thing is made by Anheuser-Busch?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, can we go on a little brewery tour?
Of course. So I got both of the beers in one brewery tour. So we're going to have to kind of divide these up since they're both made by Anheuser-Busch, which is today's battle. It is the Battle of Anheuser-Busch non-alcoholics. There you can check out their website. Not a whole lot going on there. It's a massive conglomerate macro brewery. It shows a lot. I'll show you some of the stuff. I don't know that you'll ever need to go on their website. Even their Instagram and their Twitter accounts. Again, it's Budweiser. I don't know. It's Anheuser-Busch. It's a huge, huge, huge corporation. It feels like it when you look at their social media. Where are they located? St. Louis, Missouri. Right there in the middle heart of the country. And St. Louis, bye-bye, St. Louis Cardinals. We just took you out of the playoffs. Thank you so much. We loved playing you. You didn't score one single run. Love it. Today's beer, O'Doul's.
Wow.
Non-alcoholic lager. ABV is at 0.5%. Actually, a lot of untapped ratings there, Danny. 11.8 thousand check-ins with a score that's probably higher than what I expected. I expected to be out at 0.75. I figured there was 4 or 5 dum-dums out there that liked it. But 2 out of 10 or 2 out of 5 seems appropriate, in my opinion.
Okay.
There we go. A little bit more of a breakdown of the Untapped page. So this has been around for a while. You can see the can there and also the bottle. The ratings. Listen, it is what it is. It's a cheap macro non-alcoholic beer.
Good night, Rick.
See you, Rick. Thanks, man. So Anheuser-Busch has a brewery. Again, this is taken right off their website. Anheuser-Busch family of brands, founded more than 160 years ago. Anheuser-Busch is one of America's most iconic companies and the disputed leader of the U.S. beer industry. By the way, let me go back just for a second. Danny, what do you think of that logo?
I love it.
I think isn't it awesome, classic, like American logo right there. I think it's pretty badass.
Somebody goes to me one time, is that an Anheuser-Busch tattoo on my back? Because some of you guys don't know, but my back is tattooed from like here all the way down. It's got an eagle, a snake, and a dragon. And so right now I'm just finishing up. I got one more session to go. And it looks like it. I don't even know if you have ever seen that, Nate.
What are you talking about? Of course I have.
No, you haven't seen the work I've been getting done.
Recently? Oh, yeah. I did not know that you recently had any work done. All right. So, family of brands. We are proud of our history and heritage in this country, and we remain committed to brewing the great tasting, high quality that have satisfied beer drinkers for generations. In addition to many of America's most recognizable beer brands, including industry-leading craft brands, we proudly brew a number of other products within our beer segment. Here's the beers. Danny, do you recognize all of those?
All of them except for one.
Presidente?
2. I've never seen Land Shark.
What?
I've never seen it.
Really? It's quite
Yeah.
popular in, like, I think Florida. I think it's a really big deal in
Oh,
Florida.
really? Is it?
Yeah,
So it's a
actually
Budweiser beer?
like a Corona bottle. I think it's a clear bottle. If you guys can help us out in the comment section if you guys have tried it. But so yeah, again, these are their beers: Budweiser, Bud Light, Mick Ultra, Stella, Estrella Jalisco, Busch, Natty Light, Landshark, Presidente, Hoegaarden, and Shock Top. All so-so. Brewers Collective, so they also do craft beer. So there's a big thing with the craft beer world where these large multinational corporate conglomerates, they buy little ascending or larger regional breweries, and they just buy it and they basically make revenue off it. They usually take out everybody that ran the operation, and they kind of just do it really for their distribution, right? They're able to distribute it anywhere. So these are some of those partners. 10 Barrel, I'm trying to think. Cisco Brewers, we tried one of their beers, Danny. Golden Road, we tried theirs. Goose Island, Kona, Red Hook, I believe, Elysian, Four Peaks, and Breckenridge. And pretty much those are the ones that we've tried so far.
Yeah, I've never seen Vera Souza, Vera Sur, Windermere. These are all Anheuser-Busch.
Yep.
Yeah,
so
this.
They were all independent microbreweries, and as they were ascending, they were bought out.
I know Golden Road pretty good. That's in LA, and I drink a lot of their beers. Their brewery's pretty cool, actually.
Well, so if you see the Estrella Jalisco, I'm pretty sure if you're at Dodger Stadium, that is one of the big sponsors there, along with Golden Road.
I drink Jalisco.
Beyond beer. So they also have a segment within their lineup that is not beer at all. Here you can see they have basically, Cutwater right there, the third one on the top to the right. It's basically cocktails.
I love Cutwater. They're super strong.
Yeah, they're like 7, 8, 9, 10%, depending on what one you're getting. Highball Energy, you've definitely tried that. There's no alcohol in there at all. Bon Vive, I believe that is a spiked seltzer with vodka. And obviously they got kombucha as well.
Nice.
We'll get to that later. So there you go, guys. That is the first half of the Anheuser-Busch tour.
Damn, dude, that's a ton of information, Nate. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Budweiser obviously is a conglomerate. Some might say even a monopoly, but there's a lot of other big companies that are just so massive. I mean, it's like, dude, you see all the companies there and all the different beers. I didn't know they made Cutwater, and the Cutwater that I like is the White Russian. It's like 14%. You have a couple of those when you're right before Christmas dinner, but they're hard to find. So I will say that. Nate mentioned Dodger Stadium, Jalisco. Yeah, that's what I like to drink when I went to Dodger Stadium, or when I go to Dodger Stadium. Hopefully I'll be able to catch a playoff game, possibly even a World Series game if they play the Yankees. I'm going to definitely vouch for that. But one of the things, I went last Friday to the game, and wow, that was an unbelievable experience. I had an amazing time. I had it was Friday night fireworks. Dodgers ended up winning. I don't really care about that. I don't care if they win, lose, or even draw. But one of the cool things is, in today's show and tell, I'm going to go ahead and show you what I got. Each person at the game got one of these. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to the Elton John bobblehead. Look at Nate giving it a double take, dude. All right, look at that, dude. Okay, so he was good friends with Steve Garvey, and he played there a long time ago. You can see he's wearing a silver out. What's it?
Was he a third baseman or is he a catcher?
Garvey was a third baseman. Yeah.
Third baseman.
So, yeah, you have Dodgers, obviously, but look at Elton John right there. I want a shock top right now. I got one of those. But, yeah, so, I mean, I don't know what the hell I'm going to do with this bobblehead. The thing about it is this is a really big collector's item. And when Elton John plays in November here in LA, this thing, if you put it up for sale, I've already seen it up there for over $100. So I'll probably put it up there and try to buy a dumbbell or a kettlebell. But cool little gift. This is today's show and tell of the bobbleheads. This is Elton John. Jana's got a bunch of these.
Nice.
All right, Nate, it's about that time, buddy. You ready to whack this sucker down and give it a score?
Yep.
Now let's go ahead and we gave it a shot. Let's let you know what we think of it. All right, it tastes like water. All right, very watery. This is the O'Doul's non-alcoholic all October. All right, so we're going to be doing a non-alcoholic, but we're going to gear up for an exciting December here at the beer show. The taste, look, I will say it did taste like beer. The problem is it tastes like bad beer. It's not very strong, and I missed the taste of alcohol. So I'm going to give it a score of a 2.5.
Danny, what is the ABV?
0.05 or 0.5?
0.05, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 0.5.
Yeah.
That's my score for taste.
Nice. I like it. Okay. All right. Going on the price, it was $8.99, so $9 for 6 of them. It's $1.40 or something after tax and stuff per bottle, which isn't a bad price. But the thing is, there's no alcohol in it, and that's the real sucker of it all. I don't know what kind of drink you're buying for that, but it does taste like beer. I don't know. Maybe I do have a headache coming on, Dad. I'm going to give it a score of a 1.5 just because it's got no alcohol.
I'm going to give it a 1. So for mine, mine was a little bit more expensive because I don't know if you're in your grocer, Danny, if you go get one of those 6-packs where you can put random beers into it.
No, you can, but you couldn't do it with those.
I had to do that here. Otherwise, I had to buy 2 6-packs. So I just got a 6-pack and I took one O'Doul's and one of the next beers. And those are $11.99 for a 6-pack. So it's a little bit more. It's almost $2. Because of that, I'm going to give it a 1.
You're lucky. At least you're not stuck with one of these.
By the way, guys, this is going to get better. These are the worst of the options. I'm telling you.
I had to buy 2 of it. I had to buy 2 of these. So $20. Not that I'm super cheap. How's the no alcohols? We're getting through it, Frank. We're getting through it. All right, the design, not terrible. It's got your classic look. It's not bad, actually. It looks like a bottle of beer that would be like you get in Rwanda somewhere. So I'm going to go ahead and give it a score of a 3.0, just your typical bottle of beer.
I like the logo. No story. Actually, there is a story. O'Doul's starts a fine premium Anheuser-Busch beer, full brewed using only the finest ingredients, fully fermented in cold age, resulting in that refreshing, flavorful golden brew that finishes smooth. 1.5 for the style.
I don't think that's me personally, but I don't think the bottle. If this said Tiger Crew and they had some, they wouldn't be that bad, or Mickey's. Anyway, it doesn't matter. That's your score. What are you gonna do with putting the rest of the 6-pack down the drain? No, I'm gonna keep it and just have it when I know I got to go. I don't know if I'm gonna go drive around or something. I want to taste the beer. I don't know.
I'm not drinking that. It's gonna go down the drain.
No, it's not. I'll drink it. I'll funnel it, dude. I'll funnel it.
Oh, shit.
No, really, what I really want to do with them is keep them on deck and give them to people and tell them that, and don't tell them that they're non-alcoholic.
Who are you going to be pulling one over with?
There's a guy I really want to do it to.
Know that's a non-alcoholic beer.
I want to do it to Tomer.
It's a fine drink to
Tomer. Hey man, I'm hammered. These beers are so strong. Really, bro, these are gonna be the best, dude. Who would you do it to? Which one of your friends would you serve up? That is a fine drink.
There's nobody I can pull over on with this. Nobody.
I might give it to Dave Z.
Yeah, right.
I'll be a jag-off for sure. All right, moving on to accessibility and popularity. This beer is pretty popular. It's pretty accessible. You can get it anywhere in the U.S. I'm going to give them a score of a 4.0 because it's definitely happening. Nate?
All right, so for popularity, I don't know. It is accessible in a lot of ways, and I'm sure from the fact that it is an OG, it's one of the first ones. It's probably up there. I don't know, man. I don't know. If I look at the score with the amount of ratings, people know it's shit. I'm going to give it a 2.
Okay, nice. All right, going on with the last one, the TMD X Factor. Look, there's something to be said about having non-alcoholic beer. Alcoholic people, serious illness, right? Not to be joked around and funny in business, but people are seriously sick with alcoholism. So that's really good to have that. But other than that, that's it. It sucks that there's no alcohol in it. It's not the best tasting beer. It is giving me a bit of a headache. Maybe that's something to do with the production of it all. I'm giving it my 0.5.
All right. I'm actually going to go 2.5 on the X Factor. I'm glad that they tried to do something to hit a segment of people that might need it, right? So
Yeah.
I think that's a big deal. It is. There's a lot of people out there that are recovering alcoholics. Danny just commented on that, so I think it's a big deal. So instead of giving it a 5, because of how big their brand is and all of their popularity and that they're the original, the beer's just shit. So I'm going to cut it in half, 2.5.
All right. Well, there you have it. I thought the Heineken 0.0 was decent taste, and I know you guys dislike the H beers. Yeah, we're not big fans on this show of the Heinekens, but Heineken Light, slap off. All right, let's check it out. Here we go. My O'Doul score could be possibly the lowest one. I'm not sure, but it is 11.5 for the O'Douls. Nate, what'd you give it? I can't wait to see.
Definitely my lowest score of a 7.5. Harder O'Douls, well done. Yeah, deserving number, 7.5.
Gesundheit. Okay, we're moving right on, guys. We still got another one to do. We're still sticking with the show structure. So we got a second beer. We still got the fun part of what would you rather coming up. The rest of the brewery tour. The old what are you reading? What are you watching? What are you listening to? And, we're going to do a quote to end out the show. So just like the show, we're still rolling on. Now it's time for the second beer. Also made by Anheuser-Busch. And, guys, people around the world, thanks for tuning in. Even though this isn't probably your favorite show, you definitely should give these guys a look. Today, we're trying Budweiser Zero. Budweiser Zero.
Definitely.
Why do you think they call it Zero, Nate?
Zero alcohol and I don't know. That's it.
It is. It's 0.0%.
Zero flavor?
Yeah. This one is a true non-alcoholic beer.
Yep.
All right. I almost feel sad drinking the No Nick and Budweiser. All right. Well, this one has 50 calories, so definitely on the lighter side. Hey, look, that's another nice thing about this.
It is.
Your calorie intake is very low. Although some people, after they're done running, they like a beer to put those calories back in quickly after you're done with a marathon or whatever. But maybe this is a beer that you drink while you're running. So if you like beer, why not? Maybe I should give it a try.
Sure.
What if I ran the LA Marathon with one of those beer hats of Budweiser Zero?
That would be awesome.
That would be, or regular beer, dude. Do you think you could run a half marathon and instead of at every mile marker, they give you water, you drink an IPA?
No.
No. Nate, I would love to see that, dude. And a different beer. So, like, you start off with a Pilsner, a mystery, you know what I mean? And maybe you do a 12-pack during the half mile, and then your 13th one is a shot, but you get it mixed in there. Remember Revenge of the Nerds? When they invent that pill and they give it to the Japanese guy during the race, and he's like, Deichi, Kyoto Mayabadu. And everybody's getting drunk, and he's just going around and around. I love that part, man. That was a great scene. Anyway, cannoli beer at mile 6. Done. All right, let's go ahead and crack this open. Another twist tie, Nate. Oh, man. This one kind of smells like beer too a little bit, but not as. What are you getting?
Nothing.
Yeah, I don't know if my my smell was back yet or whatever. But anyway, it doesn't matter. We cracked it. We sniffed it. Let's pour this sucker and taste it.
Looks exactly the same as the last one. I bet it's the same thing. The same batch, foundational batch, and they just pull off two different styles.
It definitely looks good for a couple of seconds.
Yeah, I mean, it's got some head on here, like it's retaining it a little bit. It's a little bit more amber than the last one. I'd say the last one was really straw colored, urine colored. This is just has a little bit more color to it. 69 mega.
Oh, 69 mega. Watching the stream, find love. Your faces both look like you have to go to work.
Yeah, dude, yes. So when I smell this, I'm like, man, I got to drink it now.
I want to go see Frank next year. Frank, I'm coming to see you, buddy. I'm going to figure it out, dude. We're going to go have a beer together. Cheers, Nate. Let's try out the Bud Zero.
Cheers.
Better.
Is it?
There's something weird at the end of this.
Man, it's really weird. I don't know. You know
what?
what? Guys,
there's like some. What's that?
If you want to drink alcohol, then just drink water. This doesn't taste good. It really doesn't.
Coming to the Boston Brewers, we have at least 3. It tastes like flat beer. That's what it tastes like. It just tastes like I said, you got a college house, pool table downstairs, you have a Wild Rager, and people left out beers. You're feeling young, you're curious, you're only 20 years old. You're whacking down the beers that somebody left. That's kind of what this one tastes like.
It tastes like keg beer, like something you would do a keg stand for, or with.
I love a good keg stand. When's the last time you did a keg stand?
20. I mean, it's got to be since I was 21 years, maybe.
Wow.
I would do one though. I would do one.
You would?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know how. I can probably only go about 7-8 seconds, but I would do it.
I've done one recently, but I don't know how recent it was.
You were probably at the pool, weren't you?
No, I used to do them at the beach a lot. When I worked at a nightclub, the boss would let me either take a bottle or beers home at the end of the night to bring to the beach the next day. And I was bringing half quarter kegs. Me and Mad Mike would bring them, and we'd get rocked out there, man. Sergio had a school bus, but anyway, that's a whole other story. I don't know, Nate. This beer, tell me more about it. Take me on a brewery tour, I guess.
Well, since we already did the tour, I'm just going to take you to today's beer, which is Bud Zero. Again, style non-alcoholic lager, but this one has zero.
Great looking can.
Right? It is.
I like the can.
7.8 thousand check-ins, which is, for a non-alcoholic option, I think it's pretty good level of check-ins there. With a score that's slightly elevated from the old duels at 2.37. Again, that's probably what I would rate it, or maybe even a little bit lower. Here's some scores, from the Untapped. Just a couple of pictures there. Danny, that's all I got. It's the same as it's the same as before. The old duels, Bud Zero. Really, this is a good opportunity to kind of just check out their 2 options to see what we like out of the both of them. One of them is old from the 80s. One of them is new and recent from probably the past 3 years. So 2 options from the same brewery.
Yeah, I think it's like Nate said, he's able to go to. It's a stylish can. It's very stylish. I wish I had the can more than the bottle. I actually really like their label. Yeah, it's a great looking bottle. And we're gonna get into that at the end when we go ahead. I would say do what Nate did. And go ahead, and if maybe you're playing scratch offs and you win $20, go ahead, get some beers, or you can take single bottles, or after the end of this month, and maybe you want to try them and go along. We'll try to always post on our Twitter and Instagram which non-alcoholic beers we're going to be doing at least by Tuesday. So that way, if you want to follow along and try it, not even just non-alcoholic, just beers in general. You can definitely follow, but definitely give it a shot. It might be your thing. I don't know. I could see where if you're really a sober cat and you're really coming off of alcohol, I could see where this would be a help.
So we do have a question from Frank. Is there a taste difference between O'Doul's and this? I would absolutely say yes. I wouldn't say it's a massive one, but it's two different beers for sure. You taste the last one compared to this. This has, they both have a little tinge of something in there that's unique and weird. I don't know what it is. Maybe that's the flatness that you're talking about, Danny, but they definitely taste different.
Yeah, well, I think this Bud Zero's got a little bit more carbonation.
Okay.
It's a little more bubbly, almost like like champagne would be, like where it's bubbling away. I think that's definitely the difference. There is some bit of an after bite to this thing. The Old Duels was like a flatliner.
Look at this.
It
this
was
is
just
Danny. I couldn't finish it. Look at that.
what?
No, dude, I'm not drinking that. Look at that. This is the clearest. It's been 5 minutes. There's not even a single bubble in there.
He didn't even drink it. Boo! I'm gonna give you a boo. That's not a proper review, young man. I got him have it in the comments, guys. You got to drink that whole 12 ounces to have a proper review. All right. Well, doesn't matter. He's not even drinking. It's not alcohol. It's Na8 or Na8. How do you say it? Na8?
Nate.
What?
Nate.
No, it's just
What?
how you spell it.
What? That was great.
All right, well, moving on. We're drinking Bud Zero. It's another non-alcoholic beer. If you haven't tried it, so check it out. You could probably get it anywhere right now. It's got a nice taste. I could see where it's got its place. But now it's time for a little What Would You Rather? Everybody's favorite. I have no idea what's coming down the chute. I've been so busy this weekend. Let's go ahead and give it to me, Nate.
All right. So I tried to fit in the non-alcoholic theme with today's What Would You Rather? So what do we always do? We get 2 tickets. You can go to either one. And I figured I wanted to try to find places where you shouldn't be drinking, right? That should be a non-alcoholic environment. So the first one, where would you rather go, Danny? Would you rather go to Sesame Place? Pretty sure you shouldn't be drinking there. Now, they might have beer options. I don't know. I haven't been. But I would imagine you shouldn't be drinking there. Yeah, would you rather go to Sesame Place, Danny, or Disney World? Disneyland, Disney World. Again, I do know that they have beer there, but really, it should be a sterile environment. In my opinion, it's for children. It's not for people to go there and get shit-faced with their kids. But anyway, what would you rather, Danny? Would you rather go to Sesame Place or Disney World and not drink?
Jeez, they both sound like it'll be a good time. I've never been to either one. Never been to Disney, but I'm probably going to be going to Disney in November, it looks like. So yeah, I'm going to go with Disney just because Sesame Street seems to be very, very little. And Disney World has Star Wars. So I'm going to go Disney. I'll be okay.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I think you'd be way more out of place walking around by yourself at Sesame Place than you would at Disney World. There's a lot of adults that go there.
Yeah, unless I'm one of the characters,
which is weird. So you would pick Disney World. I'm going to go Sesame Place. I'm not a fan of Disney World at all, to be honest with you. I don't need to go. I probably never will go, but Sesame Place I'll go. So for me, Sesame Place.
Okay. What else you got for me?
All right. So next one, we're going to go to cartoons. Again, non-alcoholic themed. This was considered the #1 cartoon of all time, Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Wait a minute.
Yep.
I'm going to stop you right there. Just because you're a cartoon doesn't mean you're non-alcoholic. Have you seen The Simpsons?
I absolutely agree. It's just in concept, right? So just roll with me here.
Sometimes when I watch The Simpsons and I watch Barney, I think of you. I think literally I'm watching you.
Oh, I completely agree. We look very similar. So, but as for children's cartoons, I started watching this back in like 2010, 2011. Absolutely loved it. It's considered the best cartoon of all time for various rankings.
What?
But this is more new age, right? This was released probably in 2008, 2009, something like that. Or would you rather go back to the OG, the original classic, which most Americans would consider in a lot of polls for their favorite cartoon? Looney Tunes, Bugs Bunny. What would you rather watch, Travel Man Dan? Would you rather watch The Last Airbender, the Avatar, or Looney Tunes starring Bugs Bunny?
He-Man. I mean, dude, Airbender, I've tried many times with a lot of those ones. Not interested. I'm going with Bugs Bunny. There's so many good characters in there. Looney Tunes. I'm going Bugs.
Yeah, Bugs is awesome. I used to love watching Bugs Bunny. But for me, I'm going to go last. I'm going to go Airbender. I love that. I remember watching it for the first time. I watched all 3 seasons probably in about a week. It was back when Netflix was still on CDs. So, yeah, I'm going to go last Airbender. All right, we're going to go to food.
Oh, I just got a burp. It was nice.
What would you rather, Travel Man Dan? When I think of non-alcoholic, I think of school. I think of school lunches. What is one of the most popular things for kids to eat is peanut butter and jelly. So I've got the standard left on the left part of the pictures there. That is basically what I would imagine to be a Wonder Bread PB&J. And then, of course, you got a little bit of an elevated one there on the top right for grown-ups. Would you rather eat a peanut butter and jelly sandwich or mac and cheese? Another food specifically designed for Rugrats. What would you rather, Travel Man Dan? Mac and cheese or the classic PB&J?
So funny because I'm literally, I talked to you before the show and I said I'm going to eat wieners and beans, but one of my favorite foods is macaroni and cheese with little chopped up hot dog bits in it. You can never go wrong with that. But, you can't get away from the OG classic. I love peanut butter and jelly. I still probably eat 1 or 2 of them a month. So PB&J for me.
All right. Yeah. For me, I'm not a huge fan of both of these options. I would say that macaroni and cheese, I feel like I can do more with it. If we were talking just the Kraft macaroni and cheese versus a PB&J, I would go PB&J. But if I have full range of mac and cheese, I'd go mac and cheese. So for me, macaroni and cheese.
Dude, there's a place in Buffalo called Mooney's. I've done a video on it. Check it out if you want. Put it up there. But yeah, their special is macaroni and cheese. All right, moving on. What else you got for me? I like these when I don't know what's
coming. All right, guys. So I had to think of something else, right? Not where we're going, but what are you going to do, right? We talk about surfing sometimes, rollerblading, that kind of stuff. Would you rather sober, go to church, or go to work? Both of them should be done sober. So what would you rather, Travel Man Dan? Would you rather go to church or would you rather go to work?
It's no brainer. I love church. I love my work, but I love going to church. Even when I don't go to church, like physically with the pandemic and just this last couple of months, I watch it online. If you go to I'm not going to get into it, but I got a great website where I go and you can watch mass around the world. It's piped in. I love it. I love it. I love going to church. Not even a question there. Definitely church. What about you, Nate?
It's a tough one for me. But because church is about 45 minutes and it's on a Sunday, as opposed to me going for an entire day, I'm not into the church. I'm not into religion. Some people are. That's completely cool. For me, I'd still go to church. I'd suck it up. I'd go to church for 45 minutes, get home, go watch football.
And then I'd come over and I'd reach over from the next booth over or a pew. Peace be with you and also with you.
There you go. All right, last one. It's not disgusting. This is non-alcoholic version. So this is a G-rated version. Hopefully I can get this question out correctly. But would you rather live forever, Travel Man Dan, or would you rather live out your dream in real time? So
live forever.
Here's you can live forever, infinity, or would you rather live your life by your terms, but there is mortality? What would you rather, Danny?
I want to live forever.
Yeah, I think I'd have to go with live forever either or both. Sorry, as well. And I'm not even drinking, by the way. But yeah, I think I'd rather live forever. I'd like to see the future, see how crazy things get.
Yeah.
Even though it is very enticing to know, maybe Danny, when you were a kid, you wanted to be an astronaut. I don't know. Would you rather be an astronaut, guys, or would you rather live forever? Danny wants to live forever. I would choose to live forever. Tell us what you think in the comments. That is what would you rather, guys. Thank you.
I love it. I love it. One of the things about living forever that I really wanted to do is I want to be able to, one day have this mystical story and, to find out somebody's coming, catching up on me. And I turn to them in all seriousness. And I'm like, I'm 478 years old. I just always wanted to tell somebody I'm old like that. But anyway, you don't want the bad breath.
Do you even accumulate years anymore?
Of course. I mean, yeah, if you're born, I mean,
if you're, I wonder if you're ever born. If you're living forever, I wonder if you've already existed.
No, because you're starting. You take the pill today. You drink the Budweiser Zero. It's called Budweiser Forever, and you drink it, or you drink O'Doul. You drink Dreams. So you can have Dreams, or you can have Budweiser Forever. Which one you having?
There you go. Good explanation, Danny.
Well, thanks, man. Moving on, guys. Thank you so much. This is what we're drinking. It is a very calm and very weird show. I gotta tell you, Nate. We're usually ripping and roaring. Everything's getting a little fussy at this point. I'm going to tell you right now. When I come back in November, we're going to do a couple of shots for Damien's birthday. We're going to do a couple of funnels because I haven't done them for a while. And we're really going to turn it up a notch. Have Troen! Woohoo! Welcome to the show. Skull. On your way to bed, good night. Thank you for stopping by the show. It's the non-alcoholic month, but it's still informative. I hope you find some value in our videos and on the show. We're having a good time. This is the Budweiser Zero. Nate, let's go ahead and whack this down and give it a score. And I want to see you at least drink it. he couldn't do it. All right, moving on. I get it. Moving on, guys. Here we go. The Bud Zero. Look, taste is a little bit better. It definitely has got a little bite other than the O'Doul's. It tastes like beer, but at the end of the day, it's still that watered down version of beer. I'm giving it a score of a 2.5.
Yeah, I'm going to go 1.5. I agree. It's just a little bit better than the O'Doul's.
Yeah. All right, going with the next score. All right, it's the same cost. I bought a six-pack at $8.99, so it's the same cost. I'd be a fool, a stooge, and a liar if I didn't give it the same price as the other one. It's no problem, Dan. Yeah, a 3. Oh, damn. Go to bed, man. All right, so 1.5 for me.
Excuse me. Yeah, I got to give it a 1.0 because it's the same price. I bought it in the same six-pack. 1.0.
Nice. All right, now let's go to the design. Love the can. I love the bottle even more. I mean, I love the can even more, but the bottle's great. I love the white with the little silver outlining, and then they slap zero in red. I think that's really genius because if you look at this, it's a complicated Budweiser label, right? There's a lot of stuff going on there. All that scripture, it's cool. It's got all the little designs, a triangle, circles, kind of. It looks very gothic, if you will. I think this is a great label. I really do. I'm going to give it a score of a 4.5. I love the Budweiser Zero look.
Yeah, I'm going to give it a 3.5. I like it too. I like how it's so like monochromatic, and like you said, it has that touch of red. It really pops. I like the white label. It's kind of grayscale. I love their logo here, which they have in all their beers. I like that how ornate that Anheuser-Busch logo is. Yeah, it's just a good looking bottle. So for me, 3.5.
Yeah. All right. Going on to accessibility. I don't think this is as popular as O'Doul's just yet, but I think you can get it everywhere. So I'm going to give it a score of 3.5. It's still popular. You're starting to see commercials for it. So, they're definitely starting to push it. It just hasn't been around like O'Doul's.
Yeah, but it's it's been out for the past couple of years. When you look at the Untapped,
has it?
Yeah, it hasn't been that long. I don't know. It's somebody got the fact check for me. Maybe 5 years, but it certainly is. It's not from the mid '80s. I'll tell you that. And their check-ins are almost at the same as O'Doul. So I have a feeling that this has taken over the Anheuser-Busch flagship for non-alcoholics. So I'll give it a 3.0 since I gave 2.5 for the last one.
Very nice, Nate. Very nice. All right, going with the next one. Look, the TMD X Factor. I don't know how to rate these things. Like I said, there's a place for it with people. it just has no alcohol, and there's the beer, but I think that they're heading in the right direction. Like I said, it's very useful to some people. Because it's newer and because I like their label, I'm going to give it a 0.5 more than the O'Doul's, 1.0 on the TMD X Factor.
Yeah, I'm going to give it a 2.5 on the X Factor for me. Same reason as last time. It fits a niche. It's definitely there's a gap in the market, and they filled it. And now more people are coming to the table, so that's a positive thing. I just don't think it's very. I just don't think it tastes very good. So for me, 2.5.
Okay, all right. Well, the Budweiser Zero, the score is in. Not a bad look if you're into non-alcoholics. We got more to come, but to start the show off, to show this episode, we gave it a score of a 13. A 13 for the Budweiser Zero. 11.5 for Nate. Okay, so better than the other one. You like this one. Guys, this is today's non-alcoholic beers, O'Doul's and Budweiser Zero. I got to tell you, Nate, it feels very weird doing the show sober. You like it?
What was your score for O'Doul's?
11.5. Do you like doing the show sober?
Yeah.
You do? Okay.
All right, guys. So the winner of the battle of the Anheuser-Busch non-alcoholic is, I'm sure you can guess it, Bud Zero of a score of 24.5 cumulatively versus a score of 19 for O'Doul's. Congratulations, Budweiser Zero.
There it is. I'm doing the stanky leg. No, this is the giddy. What do they call it? The gritty that everyone's doing? The gritty? All right. Well, I asked Nate if he likes doing the show sober. He does. I like doing it. I just like doing the show. But I definitely prefer doing it with a little bit of, booze, a little beer. Don't worry. We're going to be back November 6th doing the show. But we're still bringing you a great show. It seems like it's a little faster because, well, we're not getting plastered and rambling. So, we'll definitely get back to the same structure. But let's go ahead and roll the die. We've got to keep in with the regular part of the show. I got a 2. 2 for me is what are you watching? I'm watching a great TV show that I like on Netflix called The Sandman. And if you don't know it, it's a graphic novel that was really popular. It's got a cult following. It was really popular in the 80s and 90s. And then they finally made this TV show. Now I'm in about 5 episodes. It's great. It's dark. It's slow. I think it's very like a dark kind of Twilight. Great show. Focused. No swerving. Thank you so much. Right. Yeah. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, so definitely if you get a chance, check it out. It's called The Sandman. It's on Netflix. Wayne, what are you reading? What are you watching? What are you listening to?
A 2. What am I watching? This week, I've watched the Philadelphia Phillies beat the St. Louis Cardinals 2-0. They scored a total of 2 runs. Higher seed. And then our Philadelphia Eagles took over Arizona and beat those Cardinals this morning or this afternoon. 20-17. So I am watching Philadelphia sports teams crush all the Cardinals.
I love it, Nate. I love it. Yeah, you guys are doing great. I'm rooting for you until you have to hit that buzzsaw called the New York Yankees. If it was Yankees-Phillies World Series, man,
if they can get through the Dodgers and Atlanta, I think that's enough for me.
Yeah, it's gonna be. This is the Neil Gassman show. Yes, that is. Yeah, or Gaiman. Yes, Neil Gaiman show. If you haven't seen it, check it out. It's interesting. The Phillies play who next, Nate?
Atlanta starts Tuesday.
Hot Atlanta chicken. All right. Well, guys, it's time for us to end the show with a quote, and I don't really have one because I was running, so I'm going to give you my mantra, the thing I always say, whatever it is, it can be applied to wherever you are, whatever you're doing in life. And that is number 1, believe in yourself, work hard, and don't give up. It's pretty simple. It's pretty basic. It might be something that you see on like a locker room or something. But if you break it down and you really start to break each sentence down, I've been saying this to myself for years. It's like, believe in yourself. If nobody else does, at least you do. Or, sometimes your ideas, other people might not have the same ideas as you. They'll still add up in your mind. All right. You have to work hard. Nobody's going to give you shit. Okay, you got to work at it. You got to continue to find out what it is that you're doing and how to get better. Even if it's 1%, just do it and don't give up. Just keep doing it. Okay, you might be able to pivot. You might be able to slow down a little bit, but just don't give up. Okay, so remember, believe in yourself, work hard, don't give up. That's today's show. I am sober as a church and nun. No, a nun in church. Look, Nate, I'm winking.
Mm-hmm.
I'm as sober as a nun in church, but it was a fun show. Look, Nate, we get this outlet and we get this great opportunity to show up and provide, value to somebody. I hope that you guys had some type of entertainment value, and we really appreciate it. We're able to showcase 2 non-alcoholic beers. You don't know where this is going to fit in the world. Maybe somebody watches this and is interested in it. Thank you so much all the way to my good friend Baro in India. Thank you so much. Mr. Nate, do you have any closing words?
Nope. See you guys all next week for 2 more exciting non-alcoholic beers.
See you guys next week. That's Nate. I'm Travel Man Dan. Thanks for stopping by the Weekly Beer Show. And remember, it's a big world out there. Make sure you see every bit of it. Bye, guys. Toodaloo.